mountain is slowly becoming very slippery to William Samoei Ruto. And the deep state understands this very well because things are not rosy anymore. The altercation between the president and his deputy is not making things any easier for the president himself. Because Rigathi Gachagua just realized that he needs to consolidate the support base in the mountain for him to survive, because William Ruto seems to be edging him out into the periphery. We have seen Rigathi Gachagua making efforts to try and reconcile with Uhuru-Gachagua and the family after a lot of frustrations. And like a prodigal son, he has been begging and knocking doors here and there. And just recently, I had the Kikuyu Council of Elders advising Rigathi Gachagua that if he wants real forgiveness from the first family, the founding father, then he knows what to do. And I think they were referring to the traditional means of reconciliation. You see, the sons of Mumbi have their way of reconciliation, and I think every other tribe has, and I believe it involves some animals, slaughtering some animals, people eat, and you will take some gifts, and I think that is what they were referring to. And yesterday, the Secretary General of Jubilee, Honorable Jeremiah Kioni, gave a speech that many experts attribute to the former president, Uhuru-Gachagua, and for the very first time, Jeremiah Kioni went to shield and protect Rigathi Gachagua against the onslaught from other leaders, and it was funny because we've never seen them reading from the same page. And I want us to just watch this because this is a video that many of you have seen, I believe, where Jeremiah Kioni is making a declaration that they will, if possible, work together with Rigathi Gachagua. And of course, he talked about Limuru. Is it Limuru for now? That will be held in Murang'a. And he was talking about one man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. They just have a lot in common. And when you listen to this, you'll realize that it is not going to be business as usual.
Those are the leaders from the mountain who are now finding it like it's fashionable to start. Let them into this secret, if it is a secret. Wao pia wamepatiwa kamba wajinyonge. Na watafikiria ni Gachagua wanapiga na wamepatiwa kamba wajinyonge. Kwa hivyo wanapofikiria kwamba wanampiga Gachagua wajue wanajinyonga. Kuhakikisha kwamba jamii ya mlima imetokomea kisiasa, kiuchumi, hata. And we are saying this not because we are supporters of Gachagua, but he has finally seen the right that we have always talked about. And if we can be able to help the community, help us and help the community wake up, we have no quarrel with that approach. But that doesn't mean that we do not know where we want to go. We still are on course as a community.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, I want to pause and ask you a question. Do you think William Ruto has a reason, a cause to worry, if Rigathi Gachagua and the former president Uhuru Kenyatta come together? Do you think there's any reason for William Ruto to worry? I'm asking this because, in this sense, it is Rigathi Gachagua who went and sought for forgiveness from Uhuru Kenyatta. So it is he who is the prodigal son. And I've got a feeling that when you go to someone and beg for forgiveness, then it will be granted on conditions. And I think Uhuru Kenyatta will set his conditions. Uhuru has always said that he is in Azimio to stay, and he has never wavered. That is something that he has made very clear. And so, as Rigathi Gachagua, because when you look at, when you listen to Jeremiah Kioni is the Jubilee Cabinet Secretary and is the mouthpiece of Uhuru Kenyatta. When you listen to Jeremiah Kioni, sometimes Pauline Joroge discussing issues of the Jubilee, and of course the vice chair of the Jubilee, then you know that it is Uhuru Kenyatta talking. So when he goes there, he will be forced to bow down to what Uhuru wants, because I know Uhuru will not just accept. And of course, you know that Mamangina's nod is very significant in this sense. But is there a cause to worry? And that is what I want us to look at. Do you think William Ruto is worried? If you ask me, the answer is a very emphatic yes. And I want to give you reasons why William Ruto, wherever he is, will have sleepless nights. Since we do this, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. This will allow YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video like this. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all our subscribers and our supporters in a very big way. You are the reason we do this, and may God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta is not your ordinary man. This is a former president, the immediate former commander-in-chief. And when they team up together with the current deputy president, then you know what it means. You know, William Ruto was declared a president in a very controversial manner. And I want you to imagine, or to take the votes from Mount Kenya, from William Samoei Ruto. Because what Chebukati gave us was that there was a difference between Ruto and Raila Odinga, a difference of 200,000 votes. And I think Mount Kenya gave William Ruto about 3 million. So I want you to take the 3 million votes away from William Ruto, and you know he will remain a shell. And the people who are very capable of taking that vote from William Ruto are the two senior most politicians in Central, and that is Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua. Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua have something in common, in the sense and in the context of William Samoei Ruto. Both Rigathi Gachagua and the former president are victims of now harsh treatment, because as they team up together, Uhuru Kenyatta says he was betrayed by William Samoei Ruto. Not only betrayal, but you know that William Ruto went ahead, took all the loyal soldiers from Uhuru Kenyatta, and he humiliated Uhuru Kenyatta. Then they went ahead and attacked his mother, attacked his son, attacked his Northland farm under the leadership of Uhuru Kenyatta. Rigathi Gachagua, on the other hand, is saying that he rallied Mount Kenya against his brother Uhuru Kenyatta, and they wholeheartedly supported William Samoei Ruto. And before the end of their first term, Ruto seems to be frustrating Rigathi Gachagua. You all know about the chopper, how he's been denied chopper now 3 times. As a vice president, I believe Rigathi Gachagua has the right to use the military chopper. I don't know the standards, I don't know the protocol, but I believe it should be granted. And with that, if they team together, they will be like 2 wounded lions who want to pounce on William Samoei Ruto. And the battle will be on the 3 million votes that we're talking about from Mount Kenya. And that is a cause to worry for William Samoei Ruto. Number 2, they now have a common enemy. Remember in 2022, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua had a common enemy in the name of Raila Odinga. And of course, Uhuru Kenyatta. And they fought tooth and nail to ensure that they never saw State House. In this, the common enemy will be William Ruto, and they will ensure that they fight back William Ruto. And this is coming at a time when the country is ripe for rebellion. When you look at the taxes, the punitive taxes, everyone is now crying fall, including those who supported the Finance Bill 2023, are now saying that we need to reject the Finance Bill 2024. And with that, as with William Ruto as the common enemy, who is also the author and the finisher of all these taxations, because these are dictates from the US and IMF, and many people now know this. It's no secret anymore. It is a cause to worry, because when they go to Mount Kenya, they will sell this, that William Ruto has failed them. William Ruto promised to form a government that will be friendly to them, friendly to the pockets of the hustlers, and that is not happening. And when they team up together, Uhuru will be telling them, I warned you, but you didn't listen. And Rigathi Gachagua will be responding, I didn't listen to you and I apologize. Within less than 2 years, I have seen what you warned us about, and we are now coming to warn Mount Kenya. So you can imagine, Uhuru will be telling Mount Kenya, I worked with Ruto, and I knew he was not fit to become a president. And Rigathi will say, oh, we were hoodwinked. Remember he had started that someone deceived them to reject Uhuru Kenyatta. So that is the narrative that they are going to run with. Number 3, Uhuru Kenyatta is a wealthy politician. He comes from a wealthy family. He controls or is in good terms with the wealthy businessmen from Mount Kenya. Politics requires a lot of money. If it means rallying the support base of Mount Kenya, they can decide to fund Limuru 4, Limuru 5, Limuru 6. They can decide to call all the Mount Kenya leaders for a rally, for consultative meetings, and they can pay them. They can even decide that stakeholders, the Mount Kenya fraternity that are living abroad, should come, and they will pay for their transport and their flights. So with the kind of money that Uhuru Kenyatta controls, William Ruto has a reason and a cause to worry, because when you joke around with someone who has got money, it is not very easy. They can pay the politicians, MCAs, and launch and lead a rebellion against William Samoei Ruto. You all know that the reason why people like Kalonzo Musyoka have got no much influence is because Kalonzo Musyoka cannot launch a campaign. He does not have money. People have been advising him to look back for Mudama and Sonko, so that they can oil his pockets and oil the campaigns. So with the kind of money, na wale mabwenyenye ambao ni marafiki wa Uhuru Kenyatta, it is not going to be very easy. And if they decide to frustrate William Ruto, it will be very bad. Let me ask you, for example, if today Uhuru forgives Rigathi Gachagua, they team up and they manage to convince Mount Kenya members of parliament to listen to them, and they say that the first test is the Finance Bill 2024. Tunataka kuiangusha. Do you think William Ruto will survive? Because already I saw the minority leader Opiyo Wandayi rejecting it, the Kikuyu Council of Elders rejecting it, the country is rejecting it. If they decide to vote against it, it's not going to be very easy. Number 4, Uhuru is still very influential in Mount Kenya. They still call him Mudhamaki. I always ask this question: who is the putative kingpin in Mount Kenya? Is he William Ruto? Because William Ruto wants to be the kingpin in Western, in Rift Valley, in Central. They listened to him in 2022, and he still wants to go there directly without passing through any other person. That's why they are disagreeing with the Rigathi Gachagua. But the 2 senior most leaders in Central, in Mount Kenya, are Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua. For you to see Rigathi Gachagua looking for Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru is not looking for Rigathi Gachagua, it means Rigathi has realized that Uhuru controls a chunk of of voters in Mount Kenya. The other time they were crying and saying, sorry, Uhuru Kenyatta, we didn't listen to you. And so with that kind of influence, William Ruto has a cause to worry. Of course, many people are saying that William Ruto is not keen on Mount Kenya votes. But if you see the way he has groomed up, he's ensuring that people like Anne Waiguru, Kimani Ichung'wah, and Ndindi Nyoro are placed strategically to deal with the Rigathi Gachagua. It tells you that he does not want to lose the votes in Mount Kenya. And so with that kind of influence in Mount Kenya, Uhuru can decide to make life a hell to William Samoei Ruto. And William Ruto can find it very difficult for the next 2 years remaining, and his quest to become a second term president could all be on the way to jeopardy if he's not very careful. And I want to humbly submit to you that I believe that William Ruto has a cause to worry and is spending sleepless nights. And I believe wherever he is in Korea, this news that Jeremiah Kioni welcomed Rigathi Gachagua is really a thorn in the flesh. And I think he wants to come back very fast. And you will see him trying to counter this kind of influence using very many ways. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.